Hi, Danny.
Matthew.
In person, first live episode.
This is very exciting.
And you as fans, all you have to do is give me enough money to live also in LA. And we could do this every week.
That's true.
And play for plane tickets. So we could really,
We could do it.
Patreon.
Hey, listen, I also might be coming to New York at some point for a couple months. Then we can really get in there.
Are there any podcast studios in New York? Probably no.
Has anybody built a podcast studio? My phone goes off.
Oh, I mean, the answer is Melrose, but yeah.
Our
buddies built a podcast. If you want to make money in the entertainment industry, just open a podcast studio.
It's the number one way to make money. Although I do believe I've heard rumors that it is drying up.
Yeah, I'm teaching a podcasting class. Actually, that's what I'm pitching, guys. You want to learn how to podcast like us? Sign up for my 8-week course on how to podcast.
Yes.
It's just a podcast. You sit in and watch this podcast.
I cannot encourage people enough not to pay for any sort of class.
Then how are you going to learn how to podcast, Danny? You think it's natural? You think this is just a thing I can do? You think I didn't go to school for this? I was in the gifted. At 12 years old, they go, this guy's he's got it. And they put me on the developmental path towards podcasting.
You were sent to England?
Yes, because in the U.S. you can't go to podcasting school that young.
You can't, so you have to go to England. You went to podcasting school early. You started training. Every morning you'd wake up. Last night you won't believe what happened. Every morning, that's how you start. You just start talking.
Clipping your thumbnails. You got to figure out good thumbnails. Yeah. In China, they're actually bred for podcasting. They actually find the top male and top female podcasters and force them to have a child. And those become,
That's right. And those kids come out.
They're gifted. They don't want to do it, but they have such a gift, they have to do it.
That's the thing. They're so naturally talented that you just see these kids and they just right away, they just have an opinion on things that is not fully flushed out in any way.
It's like they have an extra tendon for podcasting.
They wake up and they just can do it.
Yeah.
And you go, God.
Yeah.
What I wouldn't give.
Yeah, and like they have some of them, their careers are cut short because they get into they over podcast themselves and they have to rehab.
And
by rehab, I mean like drug rehab. That's rehab for podcasters. It's just
drugs.
Adderall. Yeah.
Or they, I mean, I would say the number one thing that takes out the young podcasters is a crypto scam.
Yeah.
That's the number one thing is they go, hey, you're going to get a branding deal offer for a crypto.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah, call she's gonna come knocking.
Gonna come knocking.
You're gonna have your own coin, right?
Yep.
And be like, what about me too? Does that get that actually makes podcasters more successful?
Well, you want that.
You want that. You can
episode?
You actually hire a publicist to get yourself fake Me Too'd.
Yes.
Yeah, it's actually it's all actors.
And then you make that thumbnail. That's thumbnail that's like, okay, fine. I'll talk about it. They can't silence me.
And
everybody goes, oh my God, he's going to talk.
Oh my God.
What's going to happen?
It's just going to be him talking to a camera. But there's also people in the room.
Yeah, and then it's serious and he's like, okay, I'm ready to talk about it.
Yeah. We here at Shits and Giggles. Yeah.
We here at Shits and Giggles.
We here at the Unapologetic Podcast would like to apologize.
Because
for being too unapologetic.
Because guess what? I'm not apologizing for nothing. And then they do that, and everybody's like, whoa. And our society dies. Matthew, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm good. I had something that really bothered me that happened last week. I was at the farmer's market with my wife, and we walked by a table of lovely terracotta pottery being sold by the potter and his wife himself. And we saw a vase that we really, really loved, and we asked about it. He said he had a studio in town. He said, on Wednesdays I have a class if you guys like pottery. I have a class, great for date night, BYOB. I go, look at that. Get to have a date night with my wife. We're always happy when we're doing little fun things together. And we hand him the money for the pot and the vase. And I'm a big, those who don't know, I'm an avid polymer clay sculptor. I make little clay sculptures out of polymer clay. It's a little different colored clay. You can put it in the oven at 275 degrees, bake it, make little characters, a lot of jewelry, a lot of fun little stuff. I think it's a fun little hobby.
I would say,
look at little hobby.
Episode 1 of them, you showcase some of them on the pod.
And I go, as I'm paying for it, I go, oh, how do you feel about polymer clay, by the way? He goes, I'm sorry. I go, what do you think about polymer clay? He goes, I don't. It's not clay. It's Play-Doh. Ooh. And Laura was just like, I'm like, and Laura just knew. I was like, date night gone.
Yep.
Can't support that. Just it was the way he said it was just like, you've answered this question before. You've practiced your response. I was so offended
course.
Of course. I mean, the emotional intelligence of this man of like, I'm asking, why do you think I'm asking? Because I share your contempt. Me, a non-artisan, a non-artist, is going to equally sneer at what you consider a lower craft. That, by the way, is just completely different. It's completely different.
It's, it's such a disrespectful. It's the way I try not to respond to certain art forms I don't love as much.
Right. Well, I walked away being like, he asked, it's like someone asked me about crowd work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. My answer would never be, I hate it. My answer is always,
it's very different.
It's different.
Yes.
And there's people who are really good at it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's other people who use it as a crutch and are just doing it, whatever. And I can go into my answer, but it's like, I would never just go, the amount that you and I go over, like prop comics, puppets.
Yeah.
Like all of them, I'm like, there's a version of all of those that I can love.
I felt so looked down upon.
That's tough.
Yeah.
That's so tough. And it's so funny with Laura in the background going, ooh.
Ooh, Laura was just like, oh, can we try to save it? Can we try to save it?
Yeah,
like,
her date night. He
hands me his card. I crumble it.
Yeah.
Date night gone.
Yeah, just her going, oh, we were going to have fun.
She was picturing the bottle of wine we'd bring and how she was going to make a better pot than I was because she's better at pottery than me.
And she's going to see you that day. This is something that brings my wife such joy. That day, you're going to get an offer for a show. She's going to watch you turn down that show. There might not be a bigger turn on to Jess than me turning down a show.
Take it. Or no, there's one bigger turn on for my wife, and it's canceling a show I already booked for her. She loves that. She loves that.
My God, Jess, yeah, just every time she goes, oh my God, he does care about me, kind of.
Yeah.
And she knows it hurts me, which means something.
It goes both ways, though, because my wife does comedy, and some night I'm like, I won't have a spot, and she does. She gets a lot of midnight spots, so I'm like, cancel it. Let's watch The Pit. Cancel it.
Cancel it.
Knowing full well the emotional toil it takes canceling any spot.
Yeah.
Especially for her.
Totally.
Where she's not. Yeah.
Anybody. Particularly, I mean, like, in LA, spots are much more difficult to get. Mm-hmm. We just have less spots than you guys.
Yeah.
So for me to cancel a spot, I'm like, hey, they're not giving them away out here.
No. Well, I was with you last night. You drove me around. We did some shows together. And I was trying to cancel my late spot. And you're like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I was like, I'm tired.
Yeah. It's at an improv spot, which I'm like, this is one of the good ones.
Yeah.
You're going to want to do the improv.
It was fun.
I'm very impressed with the Hollywood Improv right now. Mm-hmm. They're doing a good job. They're bringing in
solid comics.
Good crowd. Good crowds.
Posting the crap out of my clips, out of everyone's clips.
Yeah.
And when you do a spot of the improv, they find a clip and post it. It's not a bad audience.
Which is great.
Yeah.
They're great. Yeah, no, we were excited. We did 3 shows together last night.
It was good. LA, I like the scenes moving back towards, I see a love for stand-up in all of the performers, whether young or old, that I saw last night. I care for the craft.
You're in New York, I'm LA. And I think, although I started in New York, to be clear. So I have obviously an affinity for New York. And I don't think anybody's going to fight that New York is the best city for pure stand-up. I think that's a losing fight for any LA comic. Mm-hmm. But I do say we have a lot of great stuff going on out here.
A lot of great stuff.
And
a different type of creativity.
Yes, it's it's looser and we still have punchlines. I hear you, New York. Mm-hmm. However, there's creativity, there's storytelling, there's a lot of inventiveness.
Less crowd work.
There's a lot less crowd work out here.
Because stage time is too precious here to waste it doing that. Versus in New York, it's so plentiful. You're like, whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just, I think we have a great scene out here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I'm proud of it. I'm proud of the LA scene. And we've battled. We've had to battle back to where we're at. And we still have a ways to go. We still really don't have a lot of alt shows. And that's been tough. But I'm so proud.
No one does.
I'm so proud of where we got back to.
You know who defended LA?
Who?
This is probably 2018. Tim Dillon was on an absolute tear. He was just an industry darling. He was really building up, and he had just come back from his first real trip to LA. And I had just moved out of LA, and I came up thinking we were going to commiserate in our shit talk. I was like, LA, how about those comics there, huh? He goes, they're not short-sighted. I said, what? He goes, you talk to a New York comic. I go, what's your goal? They go, I got check spots at New York Comedy Club, but I'm trying to move up to, to like, hosting or maybe just like regular gigs on the weeknights.
Yeah.
You ask an LA comic what their dream is, they're like, I'm a brand, movies, fashion, right? They have this motivation to be something bigger, and you need that.
Yes.
You need aim for the moon, blah, 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 blah. But, you have to aim high.
I think there is something to, like, it's hurt my career, but I think like going, what am I selling? Mm-hmm. I think is a really good question to ask. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, if you pick the wrong thing, it's tough. But like, what am I selling is a really good question to ask.
Bitcoins, meme coins. That's what I'm selling. I'm selling illegal supplements. Mm-hmm. I'm selling things you order from countries whose alphabet you don't recognize, and they come in the mail, and you mix them and you use a syringe, and then you're going to live either 20 years longer or 20 years shorter.
And that's safe.
Mm-hmm. That's what we're all about on the show. Illegal supplements.
It's horrifying. It's horrifying the amount of potential issues for young people that aren't. There was a time where to really fuck up your life, mm-hmm. you had to make like 2 or 3 pretty bad choices in a row. Mm-hmm. And one of them was probably legal. Uh-huh. Now.
Heroin.
Yeah.
Gambling, but a different kind of gambling. But you had to back in the day to like really get in like serious gambling that you had to know a bookie.
You had to
somewhat chum it up with the mob.
You had to have 3 bad decisions in a row.
You had to stay up late, at least.
You had to stay up late. You had to meet somebody. Mm-hmm. You had to have
go out.
You had to have a
Degenerates used to be more social.
And
I'm sick of these degenerates.
But I do think going out
being house cats.
You know what helped though? Mm-hmm. Like if you ever went to the casino, like I always say, this is one of the best things for gambling is going to a casino. I love a casino. Mm-hmm. I'm a casino guy.
It's a casino is literally time and a place.
It's an unpopular opinion to some, but also I love it. I love the atmosphere. Mm-hmm. It's fun for me. But one of the best things about a casino is every time you're at the casino, you will see one guy go, "Oh my fucking God. Oh my God, it's gone. Oh my God." And you see this guy have a breakdown. And it's important to see that and go, so we don't want to do that. Mm-hmm. I don't want to do that. That's bad. I don't want to do that. You need that.
Yeah.
You need to see.
The scared straight.
You need to see, okay, we're having fun here, but let's make sure we don't end up there. Mm-hmm. When you're gambling online, you don't get to see that.
Yeah, the rock bottom is
you need
hidden.
To. That's the beauty of a casino. The casino is when you play poker at a casino. Mm-hmm. I love poker. Mm-hmm. You play poker at a casino. It's important that you see one guy go, "Jesus fucking Christ, that's my mortgage. That's my fucking mortgage." And you go, "Okay,
yeah,
good to see." And let's remember, we never want to put our mortgage on a poker.
But if you stick around long enough, you can see that guy make it all back and more.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right. That's the real.
You're only one hand away from all your wishes and dreams.
It's all can come back to you
at any moment. That's the fun of gambling. And now you can do it anywhere with Kalshi. Speaking of illegal things, did you watch the Enhanced Games?
I kept up. I actually did keep up with the Enhanced Games because I was so fascinated. And explain to the viewers what the Enhanced Games is. Some might not know of this debaucherous event.
It was track and swimming. It was a chance for athletes.
And weightlifting?
Oh, possibly. I didn't follow that category. But it was a chance for athletes who could make oodles of money to just go compete and win and take a regimented... what's it called? A regimen.
Well, basically, I mean, I'll
of drugs.
I'll do the pitch.
Please.
The pitch was this. The pitch was the Olympics are for these athletes take no enhancements, anything. They're the most talented. But what would happen if we actually did enhance our bodies? Mm-hmm. Then what records would we set? How could we destroy these records? Let's actually find out not who's the strongest clean guy, who's the strongest human on earth. Let's actually find out at the Enhanced Games. That was the pitch.
They also had the Enhanced Games for bowlings, but they just had the bumpers up.
But it actually
not much different.
Kind of similar to what actually happened, which is not Not that different.
Not that different.
Turns out the really professional bowlers go, yeah, we don't need the bumper.
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh, I see. I disagree with you fully here because I'm rather close to this. I'm a big fan of swimming. My wife was on the national team, like a world medalist. I know a couple people who are in the enhanced games. I'm friends with one or two of them. On the swimming side, what I can say is they got some good athletes, but very much past their prime. What I saw was a lot of athletes go best times, athletes who are already really incredible. You could definitely see the effect of some, for some of the people, the improvement. Some nothing. Some actually got slower. Some were just, they left the sport probably because they were old and injured already. They're trying to come back in just a couple of months. It's not really a full cycle to like really get in shape. The muddy part was they wore illegal suits that have been banned since like 2010 or so. That certainly help your speed. So it's like it's very much apples to oranges. Christian, I can't pronounce his last name because it starts with GK. But there was one world record achieved. And this was a guy who was very good. Here's the thing. A lot of them were very, very good. They weren't the tip top, but these were Olympic finalists. These were people who were, in contention for the podium. He went a best time. He went a world record. In the suit with the drugs. And he, I think at his best, had been like a 21.5 and he went a 20.8. So that's a huge improvement in the 50 free. So we definitely saw some improvement there. Otherwise, yeah, it's. They also raced in a slow pool. It was a shallow pool, it was a narrow pool, and I'm like, Peter Thiel's going to drop millions on it, and he can't even invest in a fast pool. Right. Very silly.
It also didn't, because I'm coming from it from a viewer, right? I like to view things. I like sports. When I heard the pitch for the enhanced games, I went, interesting. This doesn't disgust me in any way.
No.
I'm fascinated by it.
Yes.
Looked bad on camera. Was poorly shot.
Which is everything.
Everything.
Guys, low angles. Make them look like the Monstars.
Yeah. So true. Really.
Spray tans. It's all about optics. Especially in this case. Yes. It's so much more about it's a commercial. This whole thing is one giant commercial for these supplements.
Yes.
And I respect it because I want to take what they're taking.
There was such an opportunity for the enhanced games to be amazing and to really pitch these things and to lean into what it is, which is like, hey, we're about to actually find out who the fastest is. Who
the fastest is, who's willing to do this.
To do this. But guess what? It's a human.
Yeah.
This is the fastest human. They're taking something they're not supposed to, but it's the fastest human.
Yeah. The thing, I still struggle to call him the fastest human because he was wearing the suit.
Well, he
did see massive improvements from an already incredible career. What I find most interesting about the whole thing is it was a chance for athletes very near the top, but not the tip top, to leave the regular sport and make a ton of money, so much money, doing something less impressive.
Yeah.
And forever lose the respect of their peers, but just be rolling in dough. It's very much like conservative comedy. It's like a perfect analogy of like, you want to make a lot more money doing something not as good and morally a little icky. We got the route for you, buddy.
Hey, all you got to do is go, I'm going to throw out every punchline I have. And every punchline is not going to be like, they're trying to cancel me. Just say they're trying to cancel you. If you can say they're trying to cancel you, there's an audience out there that just goes, they're trying to cancel. They're trying to cancel? I got to buy a ticket. They're trying to cancel.
Yeah.
Don't even look at what they're doing. Nothing. Just.
They're coming after
There are people that's like, it is like the, what's the word for the bell?
Pavlov.
Yeah. Pavlov.
Yeah, they just like
they hear cancel and they go, who's trying to cancel what? Hey, don't cancel.
Oh, one storyline that was very interesting about the enhanced games. I'm not going to say it was like hugely successful. There were a lot of people tried to paint it as this complete failure. I think Christian was a good example of like a bright spot. The real mark against them was Hunter Armstrong, who's a phenomenal swimmer, backstroker, who also ended up excelling in freestyle at the last Olympics. Entered the games, but didn't take the drugs.
Ooh.
Which means he's allowed to continue competing in the Olympics. He was like, it's more money than I'll make in my whole career if I win. It's like $250K if you win. Just win, not even break a record. You just win out of 4 people.
That's really cool.
And he won in the 100 freestyle.
Oh, that's an interesting story. I didn't know that. What a sick move.
There's so many stories from people oversimplified the whole thing. It's like there's a lot of different things to look into.
Well, I mean, welcome to the world. But it was an intro. I was always fascinated by it. That's really cool. That's a cool thing too.
Yeah.
Because it kind of disproves the whole thing by him winning.
No, it doesn't disprove anything. It's, again, we're speaking very non-empirically. It's just we haven't isolated enough variables. And then is that true? What did Hunter win? No, Christian went another time that was also very good in the 100 free. I remember that. But what's funny is he went, I think, maybe like the second fastest time in history. But the guy who's been faster did it in a legal competition, but was clearly doping.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, so there is, and that's another thing I really push back. People are like, oh, so this proves the sport's dirty. I'm like, man, no. Swimming certainly has some dirty swimmers who, a lot of them have been caught, some haven't.
Yeah.
There's a lot of systemized stuff via different countries. It's nuanced.
Yeah.
How about them Knicks?
How about them? I mean, what a time for sports.
Dude, I'm not a sports guy at all. It was from my perspective, I've watched less than 20 games in my entire life. And on a plane out of New York City, I watched that game, game 4.
Game 4. Everything's better on a plane.
On a plane, everything's better on a plane. And like, it was we were 3 hours delayed, so it was really late by the time the game was kind of getting into the heat. And just slowly I'm just watching the game next to someone who's sleeping, and I'm just sitting there trying to be quiet, like, come on! Sorry.
Yeah.
And the whole plane was cheering by the end. It was so exciting.
That's so cool.
And it's just so funny to me that I've watched so few games, and I happen to watch probably one of the 5 most exciting games in basketball history.
It's also, with a plane, one thing that happens is TVs get off sync.
Yes.
So what happens is when you're on a plane, when something exciting's happened to me a ton, fly a ton, watch sports, is you'll see it hits in waves.
Yeah.
So when something happens, you'll hear like, yes, yeah, wait, yes, yeah. Like you kind of hear it like pop its way through the entire plane.
Yeah.
And you see some people being like, what's yes? What? Oh, yes. Like you just see it. It's awesome. I mean, you got NBA finals right now. You got NHL finals right now.
Oh.
You have the World Cup.
World Cup, also New York.
Which now America, because now our soccer team appears to be good out of nowhere, is going to be electrifying.
Honestly,
for this country.
It's anti-American for our soccer team to be this good.
It is so exciting.
It's like, why do you hate our country by being good at soccer?
So exciting. And I'll tell you what the funniest thing is, all of this happening while the UFC event is on Sunday is so funny because nobody's paying attention to the UFC event.
Wow, I didn't think about that. That's the 250?
It's the White House thing.
Right.
UFC fight at the White House. Talk about an interesting...
Talk about a flagrant violation of all...
Well, before we get into that stuff, for UFC fighters fighting on that card, incredibly, like, you want to talk about a swimming situation where it's like, okay, this type of pool, this type of thing. UFC events are never held outdoors. Why? 1,000 variables. It's going to be slick. It might be wet. It might be humid. It might be 1,000 issues. Nobody has a fight out. There might be wind. I mean, you can't regulate outdoors. That's why no fights ever held outdoors. They're like these fights. Do they even count? I mean, it's so crazy. There's title fights on the line, and people are like,
"Oh, it's official competition.
This is official UFC fights."
I think that's part of it. I don't. I don't buy it because it's like the messiness of the conditions is what is. That happens with a lot of sports. It's not like swimming where everything's supposed to be a perfect lab situation.
Yeah, I mean, look, the other thing is like the one thing about fights is like there's always rematches. So it's like whatever happens can be undone, and the variables will be equal for both sides. You know, if it's humid for both parties. It's not like one has one and one doesn't. However, just fascinating that no one's really talking about this event. Yeah, because all this other sports is going
Trump's
on.
a genius at marketing.
Hey, it's his birthday. It's his big day.
Today's his birthday?
No, Sunday on the UFC event. UFC 250 happened to be held. It has nothing to do with this. To be clear, it's about the 250th birthday of America, but they're holding this fight to celebrate 250th birthday of America, not on America's birthday, but on Trump's birthday.
Isn't it so funny when there's like a heinous person who does heinous things who's accused of something bad, and you're like, oh, that one's technically not correct. I'm not defending him, but that's actually not.
This one is hilarious. I mean, it is so clearly on his birthday for a reason. And
is it really?
Oh,
yeah. I thought you were saying it's not. I'm saying
I couldn't be more sarcastic if I tried.
Oh, okay.
It's so clearly.
Speaking of outdoor competitions, I did a private gig in San Diego 2 nights ago.
Oh, yeah.
And it was for this private organization for all these wealthy people. Good paycheck, and everything was going great. I was talking to him before. I was getting a good feel for the audience. I show up. It's the backyard of a very nice house. There's good food. It's classy kind of people where you can tell they're going to be a good audience. And they go, okay, and they're all going to be sitting outside in the backyard, right? And here's their tables. And that's where you're performing across the pool from them. It was me, a pool, and then the audience. I couldn't see their faces. They certainly couldn't see mine. Good acoustics, but
a literal moat.
A moat. An absolute moat. Oh. And it's so hard to explain. Like, I'm so grateful to have worked for them, and I tried my best. But afterwards, I'm like, man, you would have gotten so much more value out of this if you had just found a different way to do it. You did everything else right, but then you gave me a golf course obstacle.
It's just so hard. It's so hard because stand-up, but it's true with everything, I bet. There are things that people will go, oh, this wouldn't be a big deal for stand-up if we do it this way. Or if we do it this way, and you show up and you go, not just is it a big deal, it will destroy the whole show.
Yeah.
If you put me across the pool from the crowd, we're in a massive problem.
It's hard.
I'll do it.
Surviving is killing in my mind.
Yep.
And
and I can do it. I've done the amount of corporates where they go, this is the way it's going to be. And I go, is there any way to change what you've set up here? And they go, no. And I go, okay.
I was flashing back in my mind to how when I was very early on in comedy, like 3-4 years in, I was making a full-time living doing college shows in cafeterias and conference rooms and lecture halls and student center lobbies and flying across the country, exhausted, making not that much money and leaving a show where I bombed and thinking I was a fraud.
Yeah.
And it was so different. I was like, I did what I could, and I know that. Versus back then, it was like, what did I do wrong? Versus on this one, like, I know what they did wrong.
I mean,
there's not much I had in my back pocket that I could have done, adjusted,
I think, I don't know if we talked about this, but like I bombed a couple, like maybe like a month ago. I had like a true bomb.
Where? Corporate?
Arizona.
Oh, yes, you called me after this, yeah.
Yes, old person.
And someone else did well on the show. That's how you know it's a real bomb.
Oh, they were old, but they were listening.
Uh-huh.
And Brian Kiley goes up, who's a great comic.
Uh-huh.
And he's killing.
Mm-hmm.
And the way he's killing, I'm going, it's going to be tough to adjust. But I just didn't see it coming.
Mm-hmm.
And I old-fashioned bombed for 25 minutes. And
you
it was
insulted them?
So I tried insulting them.
Yeah.
I tried complimenting them. I did every move in my book.
What's funny is I think you and I are both abnormally good with older crowds.
Yep.
I think we, at San Francisco Comedy Competition, did you do the nursing home with me?
Probably.
That was my best set of the competition.
My best one was the JCC.
But that was the only one that was in San Francisco.
Well, so unfortunately, I did crush there.
2013? 2012. 2013. That's when we met. San Francisco, the Bay Area bombing competition.
The Bay Area.
Drive. You get to drive for over 23 hours. Over the course of 3 weeks.
Do you want to do the San Francisco comedy competition everywhere but San Francisco?
Yep.
Come do the San Francisco comedy competition.
And the grand prize, a month's rent in San Francisco that you just spent not working and doing this competition.
It's not great.
Not great.
Not great.
Shots fired.
Shots fired at. I want it. I know.
But we do well with older people. So if they were so old that you had trouble, it's pretty funny to me. Because you're a sweet boy. You're a good little grandson.
I went up. I said, "Hey, my old friends." That was how I think I started. I was like, "Hello, people of my own age." Ha ha ha.
What's up, dinosaurs?
Nothing.
Thanks for ruining the economy.
And I went, guys, come on. And then I was like, and then I did the thing of like 2 minutes in, I do the whole like, all right, hey, I'm sorry. I said, come on, I was messing with you guys. Like, come on, let's give me a chance. And they go, oh, well, okay. And then next thing, just God. And it never goes away. That is the thing I will say is like, I called you after that one and I was like, it never goes away. You think after this many years, you can bomb and go, I know I'm good at this. This was whatever. And it's like,
yeah,
nope.
Yeah.
Still
Never
stings.
Always stings.
So bad.
So bad. When was the last time you offended an audience member? That they said something?
Offended. I mean, the Atlanta nightmare was a debacle. I did a club in Atlanta, and it was on Halloween weekend. This is last Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Halloween weekend, famously, clubs take off. You don't try to do Halloween weekend. It is just a night of parties. Everybody's going to a party. Nobody wants to go to a comedy club. It's like 3 weeks before they booked me. And I was like, oh, they just must want to paper this room. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay. I show up. They're like, we don't do free tickets. And I was like, are people coming? They're like, ticket sales are really light. I was like, I bet they are.
I bet they are.
I bet they are worth.
A 3-week booking with expectation to sell is
well. They were like, well, but they were like, to their credit, they were like, we knew it was gonna be late. And I was like, but then why are we? So I was like, okay. I mean, we're all on the same page here. We all know this is. So I was like, whatever. But one of the shows, there's 30 people, 20, so light. Mm-hmm. Maybe 20. I was so light. But I'm talking to them so much. I'm just talking to the crowd as much as I can because I'm like, we just gotta get through the set. Mm-hmm. And this couple in the back, they're drunk, they're chatty. He's chatty, and I told the staff, I was like, hey, I'll tell you if I need help. Please don't get involved. This guy's chatty. He's chatty, but like whatever. Drunk. But I'm using him. It's fine. I'm working with him. And then the staff like reprimands him a little bit. Just like quietly does like a, hey, can you please be quiet?
I don't mind that at all.
I did mind it.
Really?
Because it really pisses people off. And I'll do it. Like that's my thing with most clubs is I'm like, hey, I'll do it. Mm-hmm. If I want someone to be quiet, I'll do it.
That's fair.
And I don't need you guys to police for me. And a lot of times it can really like upset somebody or it makes them feel like it's like I have a way of doing it that's nice. Mm-hmm. They don't always do it the way I want them to do it. And I think, I don't even know. All I know is this guy just starts being like, why'd you tell them to tell me to be quiet? Why'd you tell them to be quiet? And I'm like, and I literally keep being like, you can see me. You can see where I am. How could I have told them? I'm up here. You could literally watch me. You know where I was. I just have one more question. Why'd you tell me to be quiet? We just start going back and forth like this. Then he starts turning his back to me. He starts giving me the finger. And I was like, okay, you got to go. And this guy and I start getting into it. Huge fight. But he was so offended that they told him to be quiet.
Wow.
And that's the last time I really offended somebody. But it was like, I just couldn't. And he was so drunk and he couldn't understand. He couldn't understand. And I kept being like, I don't know what you're mad about. And then he starts saying like, he's like, there's a reason nobody's here. There's a reason nobody's here to see you.
Wow.
And I was like, it was just so mean. And that hurts.
Did you keep your calm? Or were you actually like, fuck you too?
No, but somewhere in between. Mm-hmm. I definitely was like, guy, you're being a dick. Cool.
That's keeping your cool, in my opinion.
Yeah, I was like as cool as you could be. But
you got stupid face. That's not keeping your cool.
But inside, that hurt. Mm-hmm. That one hurt a lot. Mm-hmm. My ticket sales were low, and it's not my fault. But I can't. It's insane to be on stage being like, so they actually booked me 3 weeks out, and Halloween weekend is famous.
My fan base particularly loves Halloween.
My fan base, but also
I have a heavy Halloween contingent. I'm big with the
like I can't
the witches.
So I just had to take that insult, and it just hurt. Mm-hmm. It just hurt, and it really got me.
Ouch.
And he laughed, and then he was there with his wife and her dad. Mm-hmm. The dad kindly, and then the wife is left, and she's kind of packing up. There's 20 people. Mm-hmm. She's packing up, and I'm like, is he always like that? And she's like, yeah. like that, like literally like, yeah. And I was like, I'm sorry. And she's like, it's okay.
You think you could have scolded him into better behavior better than the
I could have talked security. Over. I could have worked him.
Yeah, there's some people that are just it
was horrible. And just even that, right? Like even her being like, yeah, and it's like, okay, this guy's clearly a guy who sees red. Mm-hmm. This is a guy who you say something, he snaps. Mm-hmm. Sure, that's lovely to live with. Mm-hmm. So it's like, this is sad. The whole crowd was like, this is sad. We're not watching a sad situation.
Yeah.
We're sad. Everyone's sad. It's sad for me. It's sad for them. We're all sad in this room.
Mm-hmm. Bummer.
Sad. That was the last time. How about you?
Did you get the crowd back after that?
As much as we could.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same thing when people are like, when you do a show for 20 people and you go, how'd it go? And you're like, as good as it can for 20. You know, you can't murder with 20 in a room that seats 200. You can do well. You can make it work.
Yes.
Did I make it work after that? Sure. Did we finish the show?
Yeah.
Yes. Was everybody obviously like, well, that wasn't what we wanted it to be? Sure.
Yeah. I was in Boston, and good weekend of shows, and at the end of the merch line on the last night, I can see him coming, right? Young, like farm boy looking kid with a cross around his neck. And I did two jokes that I knew were eventually going to be a problem. I had a Charlie Kirk joke, and I had another joke about Jesus that's pretty gruesome. I think it's funny, but I'm like, this is going to cost me one day, and that's what happens. And he walks up finally after everyone's cleared out, and you know when they're at the end of the line, they got all night, right? He has a big smile on his face. And then suddenly I look, his girlfriend goes, hi. And I look down and there's this blonde little girl, early 20s, Star of David necklace. She goes, I'm a big fan of your comedy. I love what you do. I'm so happy you talk about being Jewish. Just don't make Jewish jokes right now, man. We just can't. I'm like, I feel like my jokes are not like super at the expense of Jews, or I'm not like trying to make us look bad. She goes, just right now, you don't know who's laughing and why. And I just feel it in the room. Just maybe in 10 years, but right now, please just don't, like, any joke at our expense is going to be taken the wrong way and used by the people who have the worst intentions against us. And I'm like, I've drawn a line for myself, and I don't think I'll make jokes about being a Jew from the perspective of Jews. I go a little hard on the Hasidic Jews, but like, that's a debate we could have.
Come on.
Yeah. But like, I'm not like, I even say like some things that are like about, you know, my pride in Jewish heritage. I think it specifically said some like, we got Albert Einstein and Adam Sandler. That's pretty cool. Yeah. And she was a little drunk and very emotional, and was still very much, and obviously this is a bait. She enjoyed the show and likes what I do. Was just like, please, if I could ask anything of you, it's just like reconsider just it as a topic in general. And I tried to be patient with her, and you know, in my mind, I'm like, I'm probably not going to follow this advice, but it does still haunt me. It's the only harsh critique I've gotten in person years. Yeah. The first person who's really said, I have a problem with your jokes in a long, long time.
Yeah.
And it sticks with me. I'm like, there's part of it that's right. Like, who's laughing for the wrong reasons? It's that Dave Chappelle moment while he walked off set. I'm like, who's laughing with us and at us?
Dave Chappelle, to his credit, I think very recently did an interview where he was like, I don't like how my transgender jokes have been turned into this weaponization.
Yes.
And it was like, could have used this a while ago. But very honest assessment that I'll always be appreciative when someone, no matter when, no matter what, I'll look back, hey, Seinfeld did a really good, he's had a really good, I think, like kind of coming back of like, I'm not quite sure if this cancel thing was as big as I thought it was.
Yeah, I haven't heard that one, but he also said, I talked about hating college shows and not liking the way tastes are going, but you know what? I'm wrong about that. It's on me to adjust with it. He compared it to skiing. You have to, it doesn't matter where they put the gates, you have to make them.
I fucking love when people reassess.
Anyone admitting they're wrong, especially at that age. Yeah,
that takes such like self-reflect. Yeah, Jerry Seinfeld has no reason to reflect on anything. He's a billionaire. Do whatever you want, you know? And like the fact that he was like, I thought about it. That was the wrong answer. I'm like, that's cool. I love that.
Yeah.
I wish more people did that. I like when people do that, and particularly someone like him who doesn't have to. There's no reason. He gains nothing from that admission other than you and I going, cool.
He and Larry David are truly on such, I don't fucking care. What could you take away from me?
Totally.
And I disagree with certain things Seinfeld says, but you're like, must be nice. But must be nice to just not care.
Must be nice to not care. But then he did that. I thought that was very honest. Yeah. I've never, it's like.
What do you make of that Jewish critique? How would you feel if someone said that to you? Do you think there's any like merit to that, or you think I should just like?
I think in general, I never will agree a topic is off limits. That is always going to be my initial.
Sure, but even dialing it back of her saying, be careful what you say, even if it's meant playfully and in jest, it can be taken as a weapon against us.
I think anything could be taken as a weapon against anybody.
Right.
I would go, look, I tell Jewish jokes also. I have right now a religion chunk in Des Moines, Iowa. Des Moines, Iowa. I did the Funny Bone there, and I did it one of the nights, and I haven't really had any issues with the Jewish jokes. And then I say it one of the nights, and somebody later goes, I was like, I'm Jewish, and somebody goes, he goes like, I know. And it was like one of those, and I was like, well, and he was like, 'cause of the nose. He said that. I go, what a dumb thing to say. I say, like, what a stupid thing to say. Gets a laugh. I kind of just like do a vague make fun of, what an idiot. Move on. After the show, that guy comes up to me and he goes, but I don't go that hard on him. I kind of just said, that was dumb. Move on. Guy comes on to the show. He goes, I'm the nose guy. I'm so sorry. I am so fucking sorry. It was in my mind funny, and I'm so sorry. And I was like, hey, that's why I tell the joke.
Yeah.
Because guess what? That guy, I told that joke, that guy said that thing, and he learned a lesson. And it wasn't a violent lesson. It wasn't I'm not saying I changed his world forever, but I think he went, oh yeah.
I wasn't expecting. A lot of the people who try to be funny at comedy shows are,
usually like that, but it was such a nice moment where he was like, sorry.
That's nice.
I shouldn't have said that.
That's nice.
So that's why I'll say it. I'll say it because I like normalizing being Jewish. I like being normalizing being Jewish. It's just like I'm not. I think right now there's a lot of Judaism tied to this other thing, and that none of us are involved. Most of us aren't involved with. Yeah. And so I like going on stage and just being like, I'm Jewish, and I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about this. What I actually am. This isn't the thing I'm involved with. This is actually the thing I'm involved with. I like normalizing that. I just like normalizing being Jewish. So no, I think that I would say to her, everything can be taken that way. Everything can be taken that way. You're right. There will be some people. But you know what else? There's other people in this room who heard me talk about it. It normalized it for them. They're going, oh yeah, remember, for some people, all they're seeing is the internet. So that's what they think Jews are. And I'm giving them another perspective, and that helps them.
I think so.
So that would be my response to it.
I think, cheesy as it sounds, I'm like, my secret goal is for you to just be like, oh, anyone can be kind of anything. Like,
yes,
normalizing is the right word. There was a great debate. We've had great comments on our clips. We've had, for the most part, really thoughtful discussions. Even people who disagree with us, even people who are kind of being trolls. I'm like, it's actually all part. Like, the comments section doesn't make my eyes bleed. There was we talked the clip about Danny Brown and a comic making a joke and not apologizing for it. Someone commented, well, who's to say which jokes you have to apologize for and which ones you don't? And someone commented, it's called judgment. Yeah, it's a thing called judgment, and that really. Like, we picked a field where what is right, what is wrong, what is good, what is a good joke, what is a bad joke is the most immeasurable of subtleties. Our job is to navigate that space and find this like ridiculous precision by which we get away with it or don't, and understand the circumstances that sometimes it works this night, but it doesn't. We get to predict that. That's the beauty of it. Yes. We don't have absolutes of what's good, when, how. It would just go be an accountant. If you want an absolute set of rules where this always works and this doesn't, and this is always okay and this is never okay, you're not an artist anymore. You're an actuary. That fuzziness is the beauty of it. That fuzziness is the beauty, and that reflection in those lessons. I don't know. That's what I love. It's judgment. Like, very early in my stand-up career. It's not a batting cage. Yeah, we don't know. We don't know. It's also why, like, I'll never be a comic who judges other comics and be like, you can't say that. I'll be like, you literally had a joke last night where I was like, hey, if you say it like that again, you're going to eventually run into trouble. Which one? The dishes. Oh, yeah. Okay. But that. Sure. Good note. It was my first time saying it. I thought of it on the spot. Totally. But yes. But you know what I mean? But I was like, but that's the most I'll give somebody is like, if you say it like that, someone's going to get, which is. They're going to have and they have the right to do that, and you're giving them that opportunity. Speaking of your advice, I woke up this morning to a text from my wife saying, hey, I'm getting mean messages about something you posted on Threads. You should probably take it down. I go, what? Because I already got in trouble with her for posting something about her on Threads. And she was like, excuse me. And I was like, you're right. This is a little too much.
Which one?
We were in the car and I go, yeah, I'm LGBT. Let's go branded transgender. And you laughed. So I posted it on Threads and I was at 100 likes, 100 comments.
Oh, great.
And someone messaged Laura saying, tell your husband to not make jokes about trans people like a troglodyte. And
Troglodyte?
Troglodyte. Anyway, Neanderthal, a caveman, an uncultured
like someone who wouldn't know the word troglodyte?
Yes. But I probably shouldn't. I don't. I get, again, it's an issue of timing of like it's gay history month, whatever, gay Pride month.
Yeah.
And
that's so funny because you said that to me in the car, but I have the context to you. If you had told me that, I would have been like, oh, I wouldn't post that.
It's still funny to me, but it's like, yeah, people are going to interpret it one way or the other. I don't really care too much about what the internet, like, I'm like, yeah, there's going to be people in the comments who are going to take everything the worst way possible.
Totally.
This one is silly. It's not a hill to die on. It's a pun.
Yeah.
Not even a great one. Probably not even an original one. But an interesting case of like, oh yeah, it's not necessarily that I said something so horrible. It's just like right now, certain groups are really sensitive and for good reason. It's not worth it at this moment. And
I mean, those are like, I always say one of the best when I was one of my first jokes that worked was this story. I had this story and I would do it at colleges, by the way. I know she was this story. And it was a story about how, this is a true story. When I was in college, there was this girl, I liked her. We were talking for a while. We ended up being like kind of one-on-one in a bedroom. I go to kiss her and she's like, no. And I was like, totally fair. Get it. Understand. Couldn't agree with you more. Totally. And then she goes, do you want to go to the bathroom? And I was like, okay. And I like make a whole joke of like, what does that mean? What's that going on? But I do it and I follow her and she goes in the bathroom. I close the door behind her and she looks surprised, which makes me look surprised, which makes her look surprised, which makes me look confused, which makes her look confused. Finally, she goes, what? And I was like, what? And she was like, I said, I have to go to the bathroom. And I was like, oh no. And I was like, I'm so sorry. And I like ran away. But in the joke, I would be like, because in her mind, I'm about to assault her. And I use the R word. And I was like, and I would never. Oh my God, can you imagine? But like, and that was the joke. And it was this really funny story. And I had this whole Seabiscuit runner. It was great. It was always killed. It was like a closer for a while. And my friend John's wife, Jess, after a show was like, I just want you to know I hate that joke. And I was like, what are you talking about? It's a fun-filled joke. It's a fun-filled joke with fun. And she's like, you said the R word in it, and you're making light of it. I don't like that. I don't like that you're doing that. And she was like, you don't have to stop. I'm just telling you, I don't like it. It annoys me.
that's fair.
And it was one of those things where she walked away and I went, she doesn't understand comedy. She doesn't understand comedy like I do. This fool. Then I thought about it. And I was like, that is kind of fair.
Yeah.
And I said it again a couple nights later. I said the joke and I went, doesn't feel nice coming out of my mouth all of a sudden. Suddenly I'm going, oh yeah, I am making light of it. And I just pulled it from the act and I threw it away and I stand by. That is the beauty of like, I've told her this. I'm like, you changed my comedy career because it was the first time I went, I understand.
You could have been a rape comic.
I told that joke.
Could have been your whole shit.
I told that joke hundreds of times. But she showed me like in a very nice way. It wasn't mean. It wasn't go fuck yourself. It was just like, hey, I don't like that you're saying that. And I went, I don't like I'm saying it either. And I just stopped saying it. And
this is the real hack that I think we could take from this is if you actually want to get a comic to stop telling jokes, if you first of all tell them in person with kindness, and second of all, don't tell them to stop telling the joke. Say, I don't like this joke. It bothers me personally. I'm not going to tell you to stop doing it. You do whatever you do. You're an artist. You're whatever. You're a creator. But I'm just letting you know how I feel about it. That's so much more effective to get me to stop a joke. Versus if you tell me to stop doing a joke, I'm going to keep doing it more.
Always.
I'm so petulant.
Yes.
But
if you go, hey, I didn't like that. Immediately I'm like, why? No. Why didn't you like it? But she was right. And so I'm always like, that's why I'm also, particularly younger comics and people are like, do you see what this young comic, said on, and I'm like, hopefully they'll have their Jess. Like her name was Jess. It was like, they'll have their Jess that comes along that's like, hey, I don't like that. And you go, oh, I don't like it either.
Yeah.
You're right.
You ruined it for me.
And I'm glad, but I'm glad. I'm always grateful for those moments. I think those moments help. So we got.
Yeah. It's like when someone's like, hey, is really Avatar is the same plot as Fern Gully? And you're like, I don't like it anymore. So I want to tell a story on the podcast just because my wife doesn't listen.
On the podcast right now?
Yeah. Right here?
That we're doing right now?
That we're doing right now. Yeah. Oh, no. I want to tell because my wife so doesn't listen to this podcast that I think I can get away with telling a story that she
this is scary.
Doesn't know, and I think it's a very funny story.
Okay.
We were about to go for a walk, and I had eaten some dark chocolate, and I'm fucking Augustus Gloop apparently because I gave her a big hug. And when I pulled back, I realized I'd gotten chocolate on the sleeve of her white linen shirt. And I thought, ooh, I'm just going to not acknowledge it. And maybe I can like secretly scrub it out or it'll come out in the wash or she won't realize it was me. She'll probably realize it was me. But like, I'm just not going to deal with that right now. She's already tired. I feel like I'm going to get it for this.
I'm going to get yelled at.
Yeah. And then we leave for a walk and we're walking through the park. And she goes, oh, and I look. And a bird had shit on her hand, dark brown shit. And like a fucking track athlete, my reaction time should be studied. I'm like, oh, and it got on your shirt too. And she looked over, right, same hand, same sleeve. She goes, oh, you know what? I don't care about this shirt anyway, but man, that really splashed. And I was like, I put a note in my calendar, go 1 year from now, I'm going to tell her.
That's so funny.
And what are the odds that someone might listen to this and like share it with her? But like, don't, if you're a fan of the podcast, don't, because I want to see how much she doesn't listen to this podcast.
I mean,
and can't be bothered to.
So funny.
Let's clip it.
Clip it. See if she sees it. And if she does, Laura, he's a good man.
It's a funny bit.
He
didn't like the shirt. You're going to throw it away.
He made a mistake. He got away with it. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Get mad at him now? That's what I say to Jess. Anytime Jess is like, months later, it's like, you did. I'm like, what are you going to do? Get mad at me now? Come on.
Spilled perfume? Also, sorry I spilled your perfume.
Yeah. Come on. Matthew.
Ooh, Texas, Florida, San Francisco.
Don't even have to say it anymore.
Nashville, Chicago. Oh my God, so many. Charlotte, Charleston, really all over. BROUSSARD.live or punch up or just follow my social media. Sign up for my guest list. Please sign up for my guest list because I don't want to pay for ads.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to see me, you can see me in Columbus, Ohio. You can see me in San Francisco. You can see me in St. Louis. You can see me at a bunch of places. There is a big, probably announcement coming in.
Now, that was a long wait right there.
A week?
A week, okay.
It's a week or so. But I'm really excited about that. And just keep, if you've made it this deep, push subscribe, push like. Those things do help. We should say that up top.
Yes.
Those are things you're supposed to say.
Yeah, I'm bad at like hurting people. And because people are very excited to consume things. And I'm like, here's the thing that really helps.
Yeah, we should tell people more.
Yeah.
And with that,
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Our first live episode.
Goodbye.